On behalf of the Gilbertsville and Upton Central School Class 2006, it is my great pleasure to welcome our families, friends, faculty, and staff to this year's commencement ceremony. It's been a long, exciting journey, and I think I speak for everyone sitting behind me when I say that we could never have made it this far without your love and support. I'll be quite honest with all of you. I had a lot of trouble figuring out what I wanted to say up here at the podium today. Sure, I could sit up here unloading piece after piece of advice onto my fellow graduates, but at this point I'm pretty sure they're sick of it. Everyone seems to have what they consider to be the one marquee anecdote or lesson that will propel us to great success in the adult world. They're all good, but the fact is they're not for everyone. Everyone's perception of success is different. For one person, it may mean having billions of dollars in a huge mansion with its own Taco Bell. For another, it may be as simple as finding contentment while living out their life in perfect solitude, eating twigs and berries and running with the wolves every full moon. Billionaires and hermits alike have all found their own little slice of happiness. But did they follow the same path to find it? Chances are they didn't. They each stayed true to their own values and what they wanted out of life. Back in high school, the hermit probably heard the same thing millions of times. Make something of yourself. People probably look at him today and consider him a failure and a complete nutcase. Alright, so he is a nutcase. But he's not a failure in his own eyes. And really, in the end, that's all that matters. As long as you're honest and happy with yourself, you are a success. In today's day and age, I feel that more and more people let their lives be dictated by the trappings of our own society. In some respects, we are an increasingly materialistic population, dedicated to keeping up with the Joneses and out-earning the neighbors. And yes, at one point in time or another, we've all been guilty of it. How many times have you wished for Bill Gates' wealth, or that you were married to a Brad Pitt or Jessica Alba look-alike? Yeah, I know, probably more times than you would ever care to admit. But these things are what the media and advertising force us to perceive as success. And as much as you say that those things don't affect your views of life, we're so relentlessly bombarded with images of coolness that they are ingrained into our minds, whether we want them there or not. Now, I'm not knocking wealth or beauty. Maybe that is what some people honestly want for themselves, and kudos to them for that. What I'm suggesting is that for the other 98% of us, our lives are not going to play out like something we see on the OC every week. Maybe it's time we all started being honest with ourselves. Being the most popular and good-looking person on campus is certainly something to strive for, but will it truly make you happier than, say, finding the one person in your life that you can't live without? Being a doctor or a lawyer will probably net you loads of cash, but is that going to make you as happy as your lifelong ambition to be a rodeo clown? Being honest with oneself also means admitting and acknowledging one's own shortcomings. In fact, I'll be the first to admit that I'm not physically intimidating. I care too much and I'm a notorious procrastinator. I can live with that. I'm not perfect. I also like to think I have enough admirable qualities that those can be overlooked in the greater picture of my life. Before you can really be honest with yourself, you need to sit down and admit that you are no superhuman. You're not perfect, no one is. You may realize some things about yourself that were never apparent until that moment. Once you know who you really are, you can begin to figure out just what it is you want out of life. I know most of us will consider financial security and prosperity as one of our top priorities. Again, I'm not going to knock it, especially since I'm in that boat too. But I consider it no more than an unfortunate necessity in trapping of the economy and society in general. But what do I really want out of life? I just want to be happy. I want to be surrounded by people who love and respect me and give back that same love and respect in return. I want to travel the world. And most importantly of all, I want to be honest with myself and the people that matter to me the most. After all, it was the great and wise Dr. Seuss who once said, "Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind." I don't care about how big my house will be, or how many cars I'm going to have, or whether or not I'm friends with Matthew Perry and Jennifer Lopez. That stuff just doesn't matter to me. In closing, I know I said earlier that I didn't want to sit up here and unload more advice on my classmates, but as far as I'm concerned, this piece of advice is practically a no-brainer. Honesty is the best policy. Be true to yourself and those that matter to you the most, and you will be a success. I don't know where any of us will be in 10 years, or tomorrow for that matter, but I do know that as long as you are honest, everything will turn out okay. I wish all of you sitting behind me the best of luck. I know this is an overused cliche, but today is not the end. It is only the beginning.